Hello Capricorn, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is your September 2020 reading. It's a Lenormand Grand Tableau reading. I will still be doing your regular tarot, but I'm just doing something a little bit different. Hope you like it. Please like and subscribe. Your message for September 2020, and it has got some beautiful autumnal colours on it, is my angel of time, and this usually means you're working too hard. You've also come through, Capricorn, as the networker, so you might be doing a lot of online work. I sort of kind of feel that you might be moving away from that. So this is telling you that it is actually in September a time for a break. Hang on, sweet cheeks. Do you deliberately choose the cup that I don't like? I swear. A time for a break from mechanical, technical work is needed. Take breaks from electronic devices like computers, cell phones, iPods, clocks and watches. It's time to simply rest in nature's embrace. Swim in the ocean, float in a lake, walk in a forest, meditate in a cave. Who actually does that? Camping, hiking, gardening. It is really just a time to unwind and uncoil any tightly wound springs, and it's time to do it now. Gaze into a candle flame, write down one truth thing you love about all your friends and pay close attention to all the messages your body sends you. Then make the changes you know it needs. I thank you in advance for how happy you makes this world a far better place. So it does seem, I mean, giraffe spirit in reverse. And the networker, the giraffe spirit, which is see the big picture. This is I really do feel spending too much time online fretting about what's happening in the world in September, October might be a little bit rough. So this is just telling you to take a step back. There's really not a great deal you can do about it. The fact that you're connecting with it and, you know, enmeshing yourself with it is not helpful at all. And it really is a case of removing yourself and focusing on what you can do personally right now to just you know, bring a little bit of peace and happiness to you and the people around you. Ultimately that's really all you've got any control over. So your networking days, I'm not saying they're over but they are troubling you. So you're coming up here. I know you can't quite see it just there. So you've only got one line behind you in terms of your past, and in the past here there has seems to be a loss of a partnership. It doesn't need to be romantic. There might have been news. Usually my rider and comes through as usually as a man. There might have been an announcement that somebody has moved on, and there's been a loss felt here. And in fact the man, but this could be a different man, you understand, it doesn't need to be romantic. Do fit it to your circumstances, keep an open mind. It's never who you think it is. But the man is on the house of the mice, and the mice is about a loss basically. This is somebody that you maybe have lost trust for, or vice versa. There's been some sort of decay and a reduction in terms of feeling, and you've moved on. So where you currently are now, you have the lilies above your head, which is really lovely. This is about long-term security. It's a card of peace and harmony, even retirement, in all honesty. It's about discretion and quiet. It can be a card about sex, but it's usually it's faithful, you know, familial sex between a loving couple, and that's what's on your mind, and that's actually what you're looking for. Below you, in terms of you know, what you have sort of control over, is the fact that there's been a lot of confusion here. And it is to do with probably social media with the stars below it. This is you connecting to social media, Capricorn, and you know, being public, getting involved in groups and you know, Facebook and Twitter and whatever. You've moved on from that with the clouds. The dark side of the clouds is butting up next to the ship here. and that's what you've moved on from. You've actually sort of separated yourself, isolated yourself. You've maybe been very much involved in social media and groups, etc., but you felt quite lonely in the process. I don't think there's been anything to, you know, positive that's maybe garnered from it. And in fact, it's knighting the coffin card here, and that's what's come to an end. The end that is mirroring the lily card, that you know, there's this long-term online community, watching news events, getting, you know, stressed out about stuff, maybe connecting online with you know, a romantic interest. That's all come to an end. And in fact, the mountain here has come up in the House of Mountains. This is like double block. They might even, in all honesty, have been dealing with someone online who was a bit of an enemy. Do we not have that oh my gosh, Capricorn, the girl with 3 snakes. There, yeah, just remembered. Obviously, it could be a completely different reading, different set of Capricorns, blah blah blah. But yeah, there has been there's been an enemy in the mix, and that's what you're moving on from, because the snake here, who is, you know, someone who can be a rival, someone who's jealous of you. This can involve betrayal. It's like someone who's really showy and prideful, connected with maybe gambling, or who's come across as like really light-hearted and fun to be around, but in actual fact there's been a lot of gossip, and it's just disquiet. It's not comfortable. Whatever you've been embroiled in, it's not comfortable. It's not brought you any peace, any comfort, and you've just blocked it all out. Double block on the mountain. If there's been an enemy, hash, you know, tag frenemy, maybe even a group of people, that's all come to an end with the coffin card here. And if it hasn't, then it is literally going to happen in September. That's where you're going to get, and probably, yeah, very, very soon into September, I think you're just going to call quits on whatever it is you're connecting with, because you're not trusting people that are around you. You know, people are being deceptive. People do not have your best interests at heart. There's people who would like to, you know, take from you and confuse you, and it's just not a lot of fun. So we're just done with that. And in terms of what is, let's just have a look at what's in your future here. So we've got a cross, and this is burdened. This is a trial. This is something you're struggling with, and it's having a new start. It's deciding where to go from here with the house card. For some of you, you may even be deciding to move house. You may not feel settled in the community or the area that you live in here. Yeah, I think you're very rooted where you are. But for some reason there is, if it's not specifically with regards to your home, I think it's just a case of you are making a decision with regards to where you feel comfortable. The house can represent, you know, your tribe. It's not necessarily your, you know, blood family. It's just the type of people you feel comfortable around. I actually think you're looking for a completely different environment to spend your time in. You might be moving into something that's more spiritual. It might be to do with your religion here, but you want something brand new, and that might be a little bit of a struggle. But I think removing yourself from this, Capricorn, is actually like freeing up a lot of your mind space, because the scythe here is in the house of the clouds, and the clouds is about disturbance, depression, suspicion, and you're cutting it all out. So whatever has kept you sort of bound and stuck here, and the anchor is in the house of the snake. So these people, or this one person you've been connecting with that you maybe didn't have you know, a proper read on, you're now realizing that they are in fact not a friend, and freeing yourself from all of that. Yeah, everybody was kung fu fighting. So there might have been a lot of arguments and, you know, disagreements, and just a lot of people in the mix, and it feels a bit pointless. And now there is just like a new season is coming in for you, Capricorn, here, and you're just going to make some decisions here. And the path, this decision here, has come through on the whip. The whip is on the house of the paths, and this is in connection possibly with this man here, who's also connected with the snake. So maybe someone you've been dealing with online, or just you know, he is in your future, I've got to say, still in your future. This might be something you still have to deal with here. It could be someone coming around again. This could be something that you've kept private. Or it could be a close a family member that you're dealing with rather than a romantic partner. I think you've had a lot of hopes and wishes for this relationship, and yet there's been deception and manipulation here, which is ultimately going to result in a loss. There's a loss here. Okay, let's have a look at this man here. So with him being, you're not on the same page of him as such, you're not looking in the same direction, but he is in your future. So again, does not need to be romantic, please do remember that, but there's a lot of good cards around this chap. This could be someone, again, it could be a family member, you know, brother, uncle, your own father. This is somebody who feels very stuck in their life. This is someone who's quite frustrated. Come through with the horse card in reverse and the whale spirit in reverse. So somebody who feels maybe even that life's challenges have somewhat broken their spirit a little bit. It's probably to do with, there may be a bit of a workaholic. There may be someone who's quite a loner. This is maybe, I really do feel this is someone that you possibly will work with in the future, that you're going to come across. This can be my co-worker. This is someone who's quite abundant, might be quite well off. They have a lot of connections. You know, they might be very talkative. At the same time, they're very private. It's a bit of an anomaly there. But I think this is someone you're going to meet when you're out and about. This is like, you know, a date. And you know, I think this is someone who really wants to treat you well. You know, spend time with you, buy you gifts, and be like a real solid friend for you, even if it's not romantic. Let me see, where's my house of the heart? I think it probably is romantic. Let me just see, where does he come in? Now you see the man's coming up in the house of a loss here, but I mean, but I think he's coming back around again. If this is someone from your past, he might be coming back around again. But if not, it could just be someone who has suffered a great deal of loss in their life. This is someone whose main focus and determination is to make themselves financially stable. That is really what troubles them, because that's probably why they feel stuck, in that they maybe can't have as much, you know, fun and free time as they would like. But they still do have a lot of hope for the future, this person. Even though they're not certain as to what the future holds, they still do have a lot of trust that the future is going to be improved and peaceful. This has actually come through. He has as an archetype of a magical child, so someone who still sees the potential and the sacred beauty in things around them, and a belief that everything is possible. And yet they've had probably a lot of challenges in their life to feel so very stuck. They may have had some health issues, they may have dealt with some surgery. This is someone who's very intuitive, and yet, even though I say talkative, I do get that they might just have a very high profile job. There might be someone, where's my bear? Oh gosh, right next to them. Yeah, this is someone who might have a very big job. Someone who's got an important position in life, who's an important member of their family, or who may be an important person in your life. This is probably someone who is physically larger sometimes with the bear, certainly with the whale spirit as well. And they're coming into your life with the rider here. This is someone who is, I mean, there might be a journalist, there might be someone who is a bit of a writer, who's you know, blogger, vlogger. I say those words, I actually have no idea what they mean, I just know their words. It might write for the newspaper. So they're highly communicative, but at the same time, I don't know. They do seem to have quite a big job. And there's communication here that's going to bring a lot of happiness and a new beginning with this person. This person could be a really loyal, stable friend coming into your life. If you've had disappointment in the past, Capricorn, there is someone here. They are burdened by a lot of secrets, however. I don't necessarily think they're bad secrets. I think the secrets are that they've just suffered a great deal and they've had a lot of losses in their life, and they maybe don't necessarily want to share that. But they've almost been dealing with something that's like VIP contracts, you know? And that's maybe why they maybe are a little bit secretive, but it's not secretive in, I don't think it's in a malicious way. It could be. It could be. It just might well be the fact that they're just simply, they're under some sort of non-disclosure agreement, or they work for the government undercover, and they just can't, there's stuff they can't share. There's elements of their life they're not able to be completely free and easy about. And yet they do have really lovely energy. So in terms of the outcome, we've got burdened by secrets basically. But yeah, someone coming in who is a really loyal friend who I think wants to treat you well. They seem genuinely intended. So Capricorn, a little bit better than usual. I did get, in terms of songs, Love in the First Degree by Bananarama. I'm Guilty in the First Degree, and The Masculine the Same, Do You Love Me? I can't get the title of that song. I'll find it. It'll be pinned below. Have a listen. Advice for Capricorn for September 2020, please, Spirit. Advice for Capricorn, September 2020. Sort of getting the feeling, if this is a person coming around again, Capricorn, you might have got a completely wrong impression from them. And it's because they haven't been open, but there might actually be a good reason for them not have been open. I don't know. Yeah, hold the space. The Druid. Do you love me now that I can dance? So they might be freeing themselves from something. The Druid. Hold things together and don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong knowing you are where you are supposed to be. The Druids were the ancient ones of the British Isles. They had deep connection with the earth, the sun and the moon. They were the scholars who created the Ogham tree language, and they were known for their creative skills in storytelling, poetry and craftsmanship. When the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it's time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. The Mirror Guardian. Sorry. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let things happen naturally. Think of a tree, it has strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. Oh, a good Capricorn reading. Happy days. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell button. If you would like a personal, all my information is below, along with my price list. I am still doing my Reiki for my, literally freaking buttons, and I've signed off 3 clients this week, so I've got loads of space. So if you're interested in booking a block of Reiki, please do get in touch. And if you're one of my Reiki clients and you're listening to this reading, maybe pop down a wee recommendation. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. Bye.